Silver has spiked about 5% in the last 2 days, and gold is just under 3%. And this is exactly the kind of move that us stackers have been waiting for. But is this the start of something bigger or just another head fake? Let's talk about what all this means, what I'm doing, and what you need to do next. So let's break it all down here. Hi everybody and welcome back to yet another video. I just wanted to first say thank you for everyone who was able to join in on the live stream this past Saturday, and congratulations to the 3 winners on that giveaway. Those items have been sent off and y'all should be getting them sometime maybe by the end of this week. I do also want to mention that I have been feeling a little bit under the weather and my voice is starting to go. So before I lose my voice completely, I wanted to get this video done, but it might just be a little bit shorter than normal. And one last thing, we did cross that 1K sub level prior to the giveaway. So I'm going to host another one later this month. So if you want to participate in that, hit the subscribe button so you guys can find out when and join us on the next live stream. But with that being said, let's get back to the video. So as I mentioned earlier, silver jumped a whopping 5% to start the week, and that's been a sigh of relief to some since we've been stagnant for quite a while now. And I think since around this time last year, we've been sitting at around that $32 to $34 range, and we did have some periods of pullback going into the high 20s back in August of last year, but I think on average we've seen a fairly steady price in silver. And this is the first time since 2013 that we've seen the price of silver go almost over $35 an ounce. So is this the next breakout that we've been expecting since gold has done so well these past few years? Now, I've looked around for reasons why silver spiked the way that it did recently, and to be honest, I can't really find much information on that. It's a lot of the same old stuff, such as geopolitical issues, interest rates, etc., right? But I can't really see what caused it to jump as high as it did. And perhaps you guys in the comments might know, but as far as I can tell, this could just be that, quote, follow in the direction of gold from that saying that we've mentioned a couple times here on this channel, that gold leads and silver follows. I think we could possibly be finally seeing silver make that jump that we've been expecting it to. And to me, this is the only likely cause, since there hasn't really been anything else happening that's been more drastic than the, quote, potential interest rate cuts, the tariff wars, Israel, India, Pakistan, dispute, etc. And those things have already happened and we've experienced them, and we haven't really seen much in the move in price of the metal from those events. And I even asked y'all what direction you think silver is heading, and of the 166 that voted, majority of you think that silver was going up into that $35 to $40 range, which seems to be the case so far. And to add to this, what do you guys think that the price will be heading in the coming weeks? Would you change your answer if you were to revote on that same question? Let me know what you guys think in the comments on that one. So what am I going to do? Am I going to be buying, holding, and selling? Well, to be truthful, I'm actually going to be holding. And it's not because I'm price watching and waiting for something to hit a certain dollar amount. I'm holding because with the recent additions of the stack and the increase in the value of silver, I've hit the 10% of my net worth in precious metals, and that's my target range. And since the price has been going up, I technically have more than I, quote, need to hit those levels, but I'm not going to be selling it just to maintain that 10% number, because I don't believe in selling unless it's absolutely necessary. So if the price keeps going up, I just won't have to buy as much, or if at all. But if the price suddenly comes down really heavily, then I would restart the buying process again until I hit that 10% level. I hope that makes sense. So which one is going to be the better buy? Should you do gold or silver? Well, if you follow the GSR, then silver still makes sense. Even if the GSR goes down into the 80s range, the price of silver could go as high as around $42 an ounce if gold holds steady. And depending on if you follow that method or not, I personally do buy off of the ratio. And I know there are strong opinions on that, but everyone's got their own strategy and plan to work, and that's fine. Do with what you're comfortable with. I'm not saying that mine is correct, but it's what I decided on, and I think it's worked out well for me so far. So that's why I give that as my personal recommendation in terms of which one to buy. But I think that's really going to depend on how the GSR moves in the coming weeks or months. In the live stream, I was asked where I think the price of silver will be by the end of the year. And my answer to that was somewhere in the $36 to $37 range. And to this day, I'll still say that that is just a prediction. And I'm more likely than not going to be wrong, but I'm not here to be right or make accurate predictions. I'm here to share my knowledge and the experience with y'all on my stacking journey that I've come across. For me, this is a hobby, one that can actually be of some use later on in the future. But for the short term, I couldn't tell you what the price will be. Everyone can guess, and maybe someone will be right, but all of us are more likely than not going to be wrong. But in the long term, I'm very bullish on this. And I know these metals will save you or your family's future one day later on down the road. That's the one thing I'm certain of. That being said, guys, what do you think silver is going to do next? Are we going above $35 an ounce, or are we coming right back down to earth again? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye, guys.